another Voice of Nick show. We're walking around here. We're heading towards a couple of landmarks. That ticket that I've mentioned a few times is today's the last day to use it. So I've crossed a few of the destinations off on there, but there's still a few to go. So I'm gonna try and hit a bunch of those today. And yeah, as we've learned from the other episodes, it's not worth trying to broadcast a visit to one of these places. So instead, we're just gonna record it, which, you know, that works just as well. Because then we don't have to worry every time we go somewhere that's a little bit more off the map. So where we're heading here is kind of a combination area because it's the ancient agora, different than the Roman agora that I went to and took some pictures from, that you might have seen on the Instagram story. This is the ancient Greek agora, which I guess an agora is kind of like a shopping mall, sort of like this, where we are here, is just like a bunch of stores. And the difference with the Greek one is that apparently it's a lot more preserved. So it's not just like an outline on the ground like the Roman one was. And then that's right next to the Temple of Hephaestus. So this is, you can do both of those at once. Really get out my sunglasses. Let's do that sooner than later. I'll just do it right now. Hold on. It's an interesting tactic that a lot of the sort of I Heart New York type stores, like this one, souvenir stores, they'll call it a museum in addition to being a souvenir store, which gives it kind of a different connotation, you know. It makes it seem loftier, more like a place that you might want to actually go. Even if you're not trying to buy something, you know, you go to a museum, you're trying to look, learn, be inspired. So they call these souvenir shops like museums to try and entice more street traffic. Wow. I might have taken a picture of that view before, but it warrants another. See, look, that one says museum copy, so it's basically what they're doing is doing copies directly from the various museums around town. Wow, it's really metal. Cool.
Hello.
Hello. What material? Is this bronze? Oh, wow.
If you want to hear the bell, you have to do it with a ring, or you have to do it between two items. And
Okay.
it's not easy. for me it's not easy to make the bell sometimes. So I think it's about the practice.
These are great. How much is the Greek mask? Yeah.
It depends the technique. Sorry about that, but I see the last part of the movie.
Oh.
That I started yesterday.
Oh, that's okay.
Hey, it was cute. So, can you tell me the size and which helmet? Because it's not standard. The price depends about the technique. If we have the hole, the space here, about the details, and then we go about the size. It's totally different that size than this one, for example.
Okay, so like what would these two be, for example?
For me, it's better to speak every time for a specific item.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So, I will tell you example. Let's take the big and medium size.
Okay.
Okay. This one is 220, only if you pay by card and we use the delivery.
Oh, delivery,
Yeah,
okay.
of course. All over the world. Now,
Great.
if you can pay by cash, but the price is not with the delivery, it's 170.
Okay.
Okay, this one. Then we go on this one. The price doesn't change if it's green patina or polished bronze, it's the same.
Okay.
So this one it's 89, the same, and if you pay by cash it's 70.
Okay.
To have a
So you prefer cash then?
It's up to you that the price
Okay.
that I give you and you can pay by card, it's included delivery, because maybe you tell me, Christina, it's too heavy for me.
Yeah,
I cannot take it.
true. What about like this size?
Like this one, 67 or 50 euro.
Okay.
Now, the normal, think about that with that technique. If I have it in normal, the perfect line, the price maybe it's 48. That's a difference.
Oh, okay, so
It's
like
not a
based on the
huge- yeah,
details,
it's not a
yeah.
Huge difference. Huge difference on the price we have only in the big item.
Oh, okay.
On that we can say
Wow.
that huge. Yeah, it's approximately standard 100 different. It's huge different.
Yeah.
But on a small size, it starts with 5 max 20 euro. Now from the other side, I have aluminum.
Okay.
It's different the price and the weight. For example, this one, this one, this one.
Do you mind if I?
Yeah, if you do it, you cannot hear something.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
you feel it mostly. But think about this one, it's 135 because the material, because the technique. So the normal in the bronze, it's, let's take this one, it's 189. So you have a difference between the two materials.
Yeah.
This is bronze, 89. The same in aluminum, it will be approximately near to 60.
These are great. I'm gonna be passing by this way again, so I might be
Correct.
stopping
That
by.
was correct.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
You too, enjoy your vacation.
Thank you. Those are cool. I like the idea that they ship them for you. Although, I don't know how it works because on United, I have free checked bags up to 70 pounds. And I can also have like 3 checked bags. So I think I'd be pretty much immune as far as like weight issues go in my baggage. You know, because obviously you'd want it to be shipped if you're bringing home a big heavy souvenir that's like gonna put your bag over the price. But yeah, for me, I think I would be covered in that front. But the problem is just that I don't really carry around cash, or not that much cash, euros wise, because obviously I don't want to take out more than I need to because of the exchange rates. So yeah, I don't know. I actually am really interested in getting one of those bronze recreations, though. They're just really cool. I'm curious too, when I go back past this way, I want to ask her like about the the smaller statues didn't seem to have stands, but I would love it if I could get like a stand thing that like the bigger ones had. This is great. I don't even know what we're looking at here. Wow. I guess the entrance is that way. I'm curious if those people who make those, you know, all those stores that are like, you know, that I was talking about, like I Heart New York, souvenir stores, they all say that the statues and stuff are handmade. And a lot of times, like that lady did, they claim to have made them themselves. And I kind of believe it for that lady, because she seemed to be really knowledgeable about the craft of making it or whatever, and she's the only one running the shop. But even in that scenario, it could be that, you know, that the owner is not necessarily making the stuff, which that doesn't really affect, you know, my opinion of the store or anything, because it ultimately it doesn't matter to me who made the thing. But I'm just curious whether they do that on purpose, or like whether they intentionally say that they made the thing when they didn't, or if it's like you know, because I imagine if you make it seem like you made the thing, then it's like more of a makes you more inclined to buy it, I guess, because it's like, oh, I'm supporting this person's crafts. Wow, what a crazy... This has to be one of the things on our list on my ticket. So let's take a look. Oh, this is HADRIAN'S library. So I do have a ticket to this. Wow. Okay, so HADRIAN'S library is here. We did the Roman Agora. We did the Olympion. That was yesterday. Archaeological site. That we didn't. That's a different archaeological site. That's next then. Ancient Agora. Acropolis we did. So 1, 2, 3, 4 we still need to do. Damn, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, it's gonna be a busy day. What do I do when I already have tickets? Hello. Thank you. This is the unknown piles, I guess, once again. The sun is weltering at the moment. sometimes these places will have like directions you're supposed to go. So that you kind of like have a curated experience. The museum I was at yesterday, the archaeology museum, had that. This one though I think is kind of like one big thing. Like archaeology museum was like a trip through time, so you're going from like earliest to latest artwork, so it makes sense for it to be in order. This is all one thing, so I guess it makes sense that it's like do it at your own pace. But there still does seem to be kind of like a pathway you're following. Cat. The cat's enjoying the HADRIAN'S library here. Hi, cat. Damn, as a photo, it was better if he was standing on the ancient stones.
You know what the best part was? Everyone walks around in veggies. You know, next time we go, we're gonna wait nowhere else. It's so sweet. We never used to wait there for like, yeah.
Or do you want to first do the clockwise, come back here, have lunch, and then go to the other hill?
The crop is a bit of a hike.
Yeah, but like do that first,
Let's do
get
it.
hungry, do that, and then because the Olympia is over there,
How far?
12 minutes walking, and the other is here, so you can go back and have lunch here. You go here, lunch, and then there.
Or we could go to the Olympia and have lunch, then go to the thing, because that is a bit of a hike. We'd have energy for this.
The sun is only going to get worse.
I know.
The more to lunchtime, the hotter and the stronger sun is going to be.
It's already pretty bad.
It's not, you still have 4 more days. I mean, it's like you like early for lunch.
And we're getting a bit hungry, guys.
Already. What are you doing? I'm going to check out for it.
So this, you know, being a thing for Hadrian, this is much later than like ancient Greece. This is fully within the Roman Empire. Whew. Let's get a quick little 5-minute in here. Hold on, I'm gonna take my mic out. Find a page. I set the alarm for 6 minutes before I took out the sketch pad, so I figure that kind of evens out. It'll be about 5 minutes of actual drawing. It's just really interesting to kind of screw around with perspective with such regularity of the marble and wall structures. Goes all the way up basically to here. And it's a big ass thick doorway, thick stone rather. So then we want to just get rid of all the spots inside of the stone here. And all of this. In 5 minutes, we're not really going to have time to do like a lot of interesting shading, but maybe we can indicate some of the cracks with like a different method. Sort of a little bit more of like a alternate style. This is like this. See, we're really kind of screwing around with perspective, which is sort of can be tough to get when you're doing such a complicated. That's mostly what interests me, is like trying to match the perspective on all these warring objects here. It makes it pretty complex to do. Okay. Let's get some bolder outlines for certain things. We got to be coming up against the time limit here. That's it. Okay. That's what we got in 5 minutes. not bad. We got the main thing I wanted to explore with this one was the perspective of the columns coming in and out. This part of the wall I don't really like. I would probably exaggerate it a little bit further like that. But yeah, what do we call this thing? Let's go take a look if there's a sign. Tetracon Church. Minutes. Okay, there's the picture of this. Let's go back to the spot that matches it, I guess. Maybe like here. Let's try and take one of those photos where it matches. Okay, good. Very nice. Curious if that big wall is part of this or if it's part of some other thing. Like, was that a piece of Hadrian's library itself or something else? Northeast Auditorium. So I guess we're looking from like the stage area. Or yeah, it seems like this is where the stage was. Although that doesn't really make sense because that maybe they bricked that back up or something, but the hole that's shown in the picture doesn't really apply, which looks like kind of where the audience comes in. I like this wall, where they got those sticks that are holding up the structures where they're weak. So this is the library area, I guess. It's interesting to think about how they, you know, before the printing press, like a library is so much more impressive because somebody had to actually like custom make each one of those books and like bind it in their own style and everything. Wow. It's just crazy to think that something so grand would become something like this. It's an instance where it's like I really, of course, really want to go play Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or yeah, Odyssey is what that one's called, which I've never played. But like considering what we've seen with like Rome and with the Middle East and America, old America, them recreating these things, and I would just want to be able to walk around this. Like, look at that. I don't know if you can see right there is like some of the floor, which is like insanely ornate tiles. Oh, there's a little bit more of it over here. This is what they were talking about on that one sign. Look at those tiles. And they just run straight into the earth. It would be really fun to be one of the art team on the Assassin's series, because they just get to mess around so much with all this stuff. Extrapolating on ideas, and I'm sure visiting all these places. More tiles. Let's see what we can do with a 1 minute sketch. Let's call it 2 minutes to be safe.
Sí. Hace yoga.
Let's do it from here. Oh wait, these are not blocks, they're round. You can see how when you're making a sketch in 1.5 minutes, that it's very different from making a sketch that takes 5 minutes versus 20 minutes versus whatever. Because you really just don't have time to screw around. Damn. That's all we get. What was this called again? Tetra. Fourth, 2 minutes. That's our picture. Someone told me about a good cafe that's near the Temple of Hephaestus. Oh, look, there's probably the most of those tiles that we've seen so far. It's just a gorgeous pattern and so vibrant, but again, it's like it really puts the decay of time into perspective. Like something so splendid is literally a ruin. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. I'd like to look at that big archway that we walked through. Oh, we got in before the line. Let me take a sip of water. We'll stand in this nice shaded area. Wow. All right, let's give this one 5 minutes. I'm gonna be hard pressed to get anything good in 5 minutes for this. Morning. You want me to take a picture?
No, we're all right, thanks. Look at it. You look like you're engrossed. Okay,
Get the both up?
I think so. Good. Yeah,
It's all right.
you sure did. You on? Smiling in.
We're just gonna try and really quick get in these structures, whatever you call them, I already started succumbing to the want for just kind of lackadaisically screwing around. And I wasted a little bit of time there. Okay. So as you can see, we're not really detailing the things on the marble itself. Okay, this one. Let's get rid of this. Well, we're running out of time, ladies and gents.
I think this is supposed to be one of the lighthouses.
Everything is the same. My grandmother, grandmother said that
Just putting like some kind of indication of detail there because there's no way I could have enough time to put that in. Doing these kind of forced perspective ones is fun because you really have to think kind of outside of your normal comfort zone. Like, I don't actually really like photography that's taken with a close lens. Like I mentioned before, it usually makes the human face look pretty distorted and ugly. But if you do like landscape or architecture and stuff with this kind of lens or focal length, it makes it a lot more interesting. You have to remember your, fundamentals and everything. Now I'm just kind of roughing in some darker lines to indicate where we don't have that much time to erase things, but we can just make sort of like final, more like inked lines that then they kind of serve to erase. Okay.
Same as now. With mask.
Ja.
Alright, I think we got it. The clock didn't go off. I wonder if I set the timer or not. Oh. Alright, I set the wrong timer. I set it for additive instead of subtractive. So this we got in 10 minutes. Not great, but we were able to get sort of the perspective nicely, so that's enough for me.
Get me out for like 2 weeks, which is nice. I only have 3 weeks of travel. I can definitely get by bike.
Let's try a little actual 5-minute one here of this sort of pitted area. Alright, so I'm going to set the timer properly now. Last time I just set it like a count up timer, like a stopwatch, whereas I meant to set a timer that is counting down. Let's give it a little texture radiating from the inner part. Since we're so close, let's just give it a little bit of the marble grain. It's never going to have enough time to really screw with that, but we'll just do a little bit. Perspective-wise, that's not very good, but we're just going to keep it because we don't want to go back. Let's try and screw with a little bit of So that's a crack. Get another crack in here. That's all we get. Don't love that one. So for 5 minutes, we focused on the wrong points. But we tried. They're not always going to be winners. The point of timing yourself is to force yourself to capture things that you wouldn't have been able to capture in a correct sequence. And I didn't really do that very well in the correct sequence. I tend to get too focused on certain parts. Okay, so let's go towards the Agora, which is to our left. It should be basically right here.
Hey, thank you. Vinny and my brother.
I don't know what is your plans, guys. If you change your mind, or now or later.
A messy burger. Hold on, I'm gonna take something out of my backpack. So the place that was recommended to me is called Clepsydra. Let's see if we can add that to our Clepsydra. Oh yeah, looks great. Add it to my Greece list. And it looks like that is sort of far from where we are. So we'll go to that at a different point. I guess it's not, I forgot that he was saying, I guess was not that it's next to the Temple of Hephaestus, but rather overlooking it. So this then is the Agora. Ancient Agora Museum. Hi, cat. Bye. These little cats hanging out in the shade underneath the Ancient Agora sign.
Γατζετάκια, μάνα.
This would be a good cafe to go to because I can just sketch while I'm drinking my coffee or whatever. So maybe I'll go there. I'm not that hungry at the moment. But then again, I'm on vacation.
We're staying at like the Suites and like I think why what's that? Oh yeah, we Well, actually, my mom over the weekend, and she said it was like 90. Yeah, are you guys married?
That's what you were saying, right?
So you guys just been together for 2 years? Yeah. And what's your job? I do technology sales. Okay. Yeah. There was too long to go line. It's the highest like perk being able to do that.
Okay, so archaeological site and museum of ancient Agora. So you know it's probably a good idea to here get some food first, because if it's a museum, then I'm sure I'm going to be spending a lot of time there. And I don't want to be starving. Sometimes, you know, it's like a museum has so much stuff. Plus we might draw some pictures or something. And then it's like ends up being that you leave because you're just too hungry to stay.
Yes, hello.
Hello. Just for one?
Please.
Do you mind if I sit like right there?
Here?
Yeah, or maybe here. Actually. Yeah, okay, great. Thanks.
Don't sing.
Alright, so I'm getting my backpack put down here. I'm gonna see about getting something to eat. Okay, so the tripod had twisted completely off of this. And I'm losing pieces here. So hold on, let's call the episode, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.